Hi, passionate Rangers FC fans. Welcome to Rangers Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and let's strengthen our community. Now, let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. Wow-ups! Let's get to the news. All right, folks, there's a storm brewing in Scottish football, and it's got the blue half of Glasgow buzzing like never before. Word on the street is that Ryan GAULD, the Scottish Messi, who's been lighting up Major League Soccer with Vancouver Whitecaps, has packed his bags, crossed the Atlantic, and signed on the dotted line with Rangers. You heard that right. Ryan GAULD is back home, and he's ready to take Ibrox by storm. It's the kind of transfer that feels bigger than football, the kind that hits you right in the heart, because it's not just about a player coming home. It's about a promise fulfilled, a talent rediscovered, a spark reignited in Scottish football. The whispers started a few days ago when GAULD was left out of Vancouver's final matchday squad, and while the club claimed it was for personal reasons, insiders were already murmuring that it was something far juicier. Late-night tweets, flight tracker screenshots, and a few no-comment smiles from Rangers staff set the rumour mill on fire. And now, with sources in both camps confirming that the deal is done, it's official. Ryan GAULD is back in Scotland wearing the royal blue of Rangers, and the fans can hardly believe their luck. For years, people have been asking, whatever happened to Ryan GAULD, the kid from Aberdeen who left Dundee United with the world at his feet and a move to Sporting Lisbon that promised so much? He was supposed to be Scotland's next big export, a magician in midfield with vision, flair, and that low centre of gravity that made defenders dizzy. But the dream never quite took off in Portugal, did it? Loans, injuries, and the cruel reality of European football meant that GAULD became more of a what-if than a who's next. Yet, there was always this sense, deep down, that he had unfinished business with Scottish football. When he moved to Vancouver, it looked like he'd quietly fade away across the Atlantic. Instead, he reinvented himself, captain, leader, playmaker. He became the heartbeat of the Whitecaps, winning MVPs, leading by example, and proving he still had that spark everyone fell in love with years ago. So now, to see him return sharper than ever to one of the biggest clubs in the country, it's not just poetic. It feels like destiny catching up. And make no mistake, this isn't a sentimental move from Rangers. This is a statement of intent. Michael Beale, who's been under growing pressure to bring creativity and consistency to the side, knows exactly what GAULD can offer. A player who can pick a pass, control the tempo, and, crucially, deliver in big moments. Rangers have been craving that kind of player for years, someone who can unlock stubborn defenses and make things happen when the game's stuck in second gear. The midfield has often looked functional rather than inspired, but with GAULD pulling the strings, that could all change. He's the kind of player who makes others around him better, who sees the pass before anyone else even looks up. And let's not forget his work rate, something Scottish fans appreciate as much as skill. He's not afraid to track back, put in a tackle, or chase a lost cause. That blend of artistry and graft is exactly what could elevate this Rangers side to another level, both domestically and in Europe. The fans, as you'd expect, have gone absolutely mental with the news. Social media is flooded with excitement, disbelief, and pure joy. He's one of us, they're saying. He's finally back. There's a sense of pride that one of Scotland's own, someone who went out into the world, took his knocks, learned and grew is returning to prove himself on home soil. The Ibrox faithful are already dreaming of GAULD threading passes through defences on European nights or curling one into the top corner against Celtic in an old firm derby. And if you know Rangers fans, you know how quickly they can turn a rumour into legend. There are already fan edits, chants being written, and shirts flying off the shelves before the ink's even dry on his contract. This isn't just a signing, it's a spark of hope, a reminder that Scottish football still produces magic, and that sometimes fairy tales do get a second chapter. Of course, not everyone's taking it at face value. Some pundits are cautious, pointing out that the Scottish Premiership is a very different beast from MLS. The pace, the intensity, the pressure, all of it amplified by the relentless expectation that comes with wearing that famous blue shirt. Can GAULD handle it? Can he deliver when it matters most? In front of 50,000 roaring fans and a media microscope that never blinks? Those are fair questions, but if you've watched him in Canada, you'll know he's not the same boy who left Dundee United all those years ago. He's more mature, more composed, more driven. This is a man who's battled through football's toughest lessons and come out sharper on the other side. He's got the scars, but also the strength that comes from surviving them. That's the kind of player who doesn't just cope with pressure. He thrives on it, and maybe that's why this move feels different. It's not about hype or headlines. It's about redemption. Ryan GAULD has always been that nearly story, the player who almost became a superstar. But now at 29, he's got one more shot to write his legacy where it all began. Rangers aren't just giving him a platform, they're giving him a chance to become the player he was always meant to be. For Scottish football, it's a win too. A homegrown talent returning at his peak, ready to raise the level of the entire league. And who knows, if this works out the way fans hope, fans, we might be talking about GAULD not just as a comeback story, but as the heartbeat of a new era for Rangers. A local boy, a lost prodigy, a reborn leader. All roads seem to have led back to Ibrox, and maybe, just maybe, this time, the timing's perfect. Now, let's dig a wee bit deeper into what this movie really means for Rangers on the pitch. When you look at the way Beale's been setting up his side, there's been a clear gap between midfield and attack. Too many sideways passes, not enough imagination, and a real lack of someone who can connect the dots. That's where GAULD fits like a glove. He's got that natural instinct to find space, drift between the lines, and bring others into play. Imagine him feeding Cantwell, Lawrence, or Dezers. Suddenly, Rangers' attack starts to look unpredictable again. He's the type who makes you lift off your seat because you know something's about to happen. And for a team chasing Celtic every season, that's the difference between finishing second and lifting the title. It's that extra bit of magic, that flash of genius that turns good teams into champions. GAULD could be that missing link Rangers have been searching for all along. Behind the scenes, there's also talk that this move wasn't just about football. Rangers have been trying to re-establish their Scottish identity, reconnecting with the roots that built the club, bringing back a player like GAULD, who represents Scottish flair and perseverance, fits perfectly with that vision. It's a statement to young players across the country that you don't have to go abroad to chase dreams, and sometimes the biggest stage is right here. And it's also a nod to the fans who've been craving that connection to local heroes. For years, Rangers relied heavily on foreign imports to chase success, but this feels more personal. It's got soul, it's got meaning, and if GAULD hits the ground running, it could inspire a whole new generation of Scottish kids to believe that talent from home can shine brightest in the spotlight of Ibrox. It's more than a transfer, it's a message. But with all that said, there's pressure too, massive pressure, because Rangers fans don't wait. They demand instant impact. They've seen enough false dawns to know the difference between hype and history. GAULD will need to deliver quickly, not just flashes of brilliance, but consistency. He'll need to prove that he can handle the physicality, the cold nights, the constant scrutiny, and yet there's something in his story that suggests he's ready for exactly that. He's been through tougher environments, the loan spells in Portugal, the grind in MLS, the uncertainty of rebuilding a career abroad. He's weathered it all. If there's one thing Ryan Gauld's proven, it's resilience. And that's what might make him a fan favorite before long. Because Rangers fans don't just love talent, they love heart, grit, and fight. Gauld's got all three in abundance. And here's where it gets exciting. Europe. Imagine Gauld stepping onto the pitch at Ibrox on a European night. The lights shining, the anthem echoing, the atmosphere electric. That's where he could truly announce his return to the big stage. His technical ability suits those continental nights perfectly, where space opens up and football brains matter as much as brute strength. Rangers have lacked that kind of playmaker in Europe lately, someone who can keep the ball under pressure and make something out of nothing. Gauld could be that spark, the difference between a narrow defeat and a famous win. If he clicks with the squad quickly, don't be surprised if he becomes the go-to man for those special moments, because for all the tactical talk, football's still about moments, and Gauld, with his flair and timing, was born for them. So here we are, a transfer rumor turned reality, a fairy tale given new life. Ryan Gauld, the boy who left too soon, has come home to finish what he started. The move to Rangers isn't just about football, it's about pride, redemption, and a love for the game that never died. You can almost picture it now, his debut at Ibrox, the roar as he steps onto the pitch, the anticipation hanging in the air. Football loves a comeback story, and this might just be one of the best Scotland's seen in years. Whether he becomes a legend or just another name in the long history of the club remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, Ryan Gauld is back, he's ready, and the whole of Scottish football will be watching. Sometimes the beautiful game gives you second chances, and for Ryan Gauld and Rangers, and this one feels like fate itself. And if you think the buzz is big now, just wait until he actually kicks a ball in that blue shirt. The first touch, the first pass, the first goal, those are the moments that will define how this chapter begins. Fans have been starved for that kind of creative spark since Steven Gerrard's era, when the team played with flair and purpose. Gauld brings not just technique, but emotion, that fire that makes football feel alive again. He's got that street footballer mentality, the kind of player who makes the game fun to watch. And in a league that sometimes feels too rigid, too tactical, he could be the one to bring back a bit of that old-school Scottish flair mixed with continental polish. Every great Rangers team has had its magician, from Laudrup to Gascoigne, and maybe, just maybe, Gauld is the next to wear that mantle to wear. He doesn't have to be a superstar overnight, but if he shows heart, creativity, and that touch of brilliance everyone knows he's got, the fans will carry him the rest of the way. This isn't about rewriting history. It's about reigniting belief. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Behind closed doors, sources say the deal was in motion for weeks, handled quietly to avoid leaks that might drive up competition. Rangers scouting department had been monitoring Gauld for months with detailed reports on his performances in MLS, the goals, the assists, the leadership, the work ethic. What sealed it, according to insiders, was his desire. He wanted to come home. He pushed for the move, made it clear he missed the atmosphere, the intensity, the raw emotion of Scottish football. For him, this wasn't just a career decision, it was personal. There's a certain pride in returning stronger than when you left, and Gauld's got that in his blood. He's a competitor, a fighter, a lad who's been doubted more times than celebrated, and yet he's still here, still hungry. If that doesn't fit the Rangers' spirit, I don't know what does. Sometimes the most powerful motivation isn't fame or money, it's unfinished business. And Gauld's got plenty of that waiting at Ibrox. So now, as the ink dries and the cameras flash, all eyes turn to what comes next. The press conferences, the training ground photos, the unveiling, they're just the start of something that could change the energy around Rangers entirely. The fans will pack the stands, the pundits will debate every touch, and the league itself might feel a little bit brighter, knowing that one of its lost sons has come back home. Football's funny like that. It gives you these cycles, these stories that remind you why you fell in love with the game in the first place. Ryan Gauld's journey from Dundee United to Lisbon, from Canada back to Glasgow, feels like a full circle moment. The boy who left chasing dreams abroad has returned as a man ready to make them real here. It's not just about the goals he'll score or the assists he'll create. It's about what he represents: resilience, passion, and the belief that Scottish talent still has magic left to give. And if everything goes right, this could be the start of something truly special, not just for Gauld, but for Rangers, for Scottish football, and for every fan who still believes in second chances. Football thrives on these arcs of return and renewal, where past mistakes fuel future triumphs. Hendry's chapter with Rangers is being written in real time, but already it feels like a tale destined for highlight reels and documentaries years down the line. Whether it ends in glory or heartbreak, one thing is certain: the Scottish game just got a jolt of electricity it's been missing. Jack Hendry is back in blue, the fans are dreaming again, and for the first time in a long time, it feels like anything is possible. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.